feeling cleaner than I ever would be. It's cooler than Antarctica's weather would be. Damn, I think my swagger is a weapon to me. And dudes don't count you off the record to me. So don't be stepping to me, trying to shake my hand. I'm already the man, ain't trying to make your band. I feel the fact that I'm real just make them mad. I be smoking helium to inflate my swerve. I'm fact that I'm real just make them mad. I be smoking helium to inflate my swerve. I'm fly, yes, I'm high, yes. Every lady wanna get to this guy, yes. Go out tonight, I just might, yes. Style cleaner than yours, so don't buy, yes. I'm so debonair, so debonair. 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 You're not really seeing me, dog. Real talk. You feeling whacker than you ever would be. In mind, you think you.
I heard y'all was looking for me. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to my channel and also to BusyBlu's channel as well. I know Busy did a review for Basketball Wives yesterday. I just couldn't be there yesterday. There's a lot going on in my life I won't talk about because Busy wanted me to, especially we're on her channel as well. But welcome back to another Basketball Wives review. We're going to go ahead and review the last episode for the season. And give our views on those things. But before we do all that stuff, want to make sure you guys go, if you're on my channel, subscribe to BusyBlu's channel, like his video as well, do all the things that I ask you guys to do over here. Let me do my spiel. If you want to join my tribe, please hit my site, go ahead and subscribe. Turn your notifications, turn them on all so you're notified every time I go live. Like the video, share the video, comment down below, and then come over here and comment in the chat. Let's go. Oh, wait a minute. Y'all, you know what I forgot? Do I have our intro? I don't think I have our intro on my account. Actually, yes, I do. Let's play the intro. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Get busy in here, get busy in here. Yeah, my squad run deep. Yeah, we really in here. I swear whatever you want, you can get it in here. Comedy or the drama, it's a mixture in here. But you love it in here. Yeah, you love it in here. Got reviews up in here. We got stories in here. Hit the like, hit the sub, hit the bell. Oh yeah, 3 clicks like the shoes on.
Yes, I'm high. Yes, every day wanna get to this guy. Yes, go out tonight, I just might. Yes, style cleaner than yours, so don't buy. Yes, I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair.
And we are back. What's up, Cindy?
Hey there, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
Well, I'm doing well. I can't believe we're at the finale, but we are.
Right.
We made it.
I was just, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I just said we made it.
We made it. And I was just telling you last night, we were talking, I was like, I feel like the season is so long and I missed a whole episode, not realizing that this was like the season finale.
Right, exactly. It seemed a little bit abrupt to me too, because I wasn't prepared. Like typically they let us know when the finale is coming.
Right.
And it seemed like it didn't do that. So it's interesting. We'll get into it though.
Right. So let's say what's up to people in the chat. Well, first, before we do that, while I'm saying what's up to everybody that's in the chat on me and Busy's channel, make sure you guys rate the episode. What do you guys give this episode out of scale from 1 to 10? What do you think, Cindy?
I'm going to give it a 6. How about you?
A 6?
Yeah.
I think I'm floating in that area.
Okay. Yeah. It just
it just feel like I feel like what you're saying, like it was fast paced.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what the episode was giving to.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, this is the end, and you know, we ended
we're gonna speed through everything, and this is where everybody is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm probably gonna give it a 6 as well.
Okay. Yeah. I think
all right.
Fair.
All right, let's say what's up to Lock Queen. I was gonna say Lock Nation. Lock Queen over in Busy's chat. Let's go to Carolyn Bird over on Busy's chat. Miss Platinum 2001. Hey, how are you? What's going on to Pink Petals? How are you? Mary Bassar, good evening. So Deb and Tribe. Cajun, what's going on? Hey, so Deb. Marissa M. Hello, so Deb and everyone. Busy's in the chat. Busy's gonna be joining us at some point from what I know. Gotta run, but happy you all are ending it well. I thought you were coming. Okay, well, we had a conversation about him coming. Maybe he's not. I don't know. Question. So, Deb, at the beginning of 2024, you said you wanted to be 100% present, whatever you were, or something like that. I loved how you worded it, and I wanted to know what it was. So I said that. I'm so glad you asked me this. So I wear this wristband. I don't know if you can see what it says, but it says perfect attendance. And I wear that because last year was extremely hard for me with my grandmother, with her cancer journey, and it was something else that I can't even think of right now. But I wear this every day to remind myself that I wanted perfect attendance for myself this year when I turned 40. And I really have been, like, even at work, like, I've been really doing my thing. So that's really what it was. It's just like I wear this wristband every day because I wanted perfect attendance in my life for my 40, for me turning 40.
That's great. That's how it should be. It's beautiful.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say something before that, and I forgot what it was. Perfect attendance. I'll never remember that. Oh yeah, that's what it was. It was perfect attendance. So yes, we got a 5 in the chat from Mary Bassard. We have Miss Platinum 2001 giving it a 6 as well.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to ask, so because I know we always do, like, you know, the episode, but for the season, like, what would you rate the season?
Man, that I was not prepared for that question. I feel like it definitely it was much better than the one previously. So, and then, I we only saw Laura briefly. Like, I didn't realize she was only going to be on the girls' trip and she had just come on. And so I probably would I was hoping to see more of her. And I just feel like all of a sudden they threw her in there because she was a part of Shawnee's book, like a controversial part. Like, she just appeared and then the season's over. So I don't know. I just found that to be really weird. But I feel like she did kind of balance everything out, and I'm saying that in a long roundabout way to say, because I do, like seeing Ev there. I am a fan, she's a favorite of mine. So all
And y'all
all
and
around.
why you thinking about us too, Cindy? What, and y'all in the chat, as a season, like, even if you guys rate it from our reviews,
Right.
on a scale from 1 to 10, what would you give this season on a scale from 1 to 10?
Maybe I'm just gonna go with like a 7. It was because it did pick up way more than, when those other people were on there, like Bae Yang and all those people. Like, that was a horrible season to me. So I like seeing the more balanced group of women. I'm gonna give it a 7. How about you? You're gonna rate it high because of Brandy. Come on.
I'm definitely going to rate it a 10 across the boards for me.
Wow.
I just feel like, not only just because of Brandy, I feel like we watched like season 3, 4, 5 of Basketball Wives,
Right.
with a new group of women, and not a new group, of like a different group of women together. I'll say
Yeah.
that.
I was
So
gonna
I
say they're
did,
not new though. The only
yeah,
new person is Jacille.
yes, but she's not really new because she was there last season. So
Yeah, but I'm saying the rest of them have been on there for like decades now at this
but
point.
then also we never seen Evelyn with Brandy before, so like that was new too. So it was
Mm.
just like the mixture of the women they put on this season. I thought it was like throughout the past few years, like, this is the type of season I really wanted to see.
Right. I know that you wanted to see it, but I really wanted to see Malaysia in there too. And
I
I
would
don't.
I would love that.
Yeah, I don't think she'll be back though. But yeah,
Yeah. Who I mean, we know that show that she was on is not coming back, but we'll see.
we'll see.
So grown woman, don't try me says 6. Pink Petal says 7. Lee says 7. Shout out to Lee. Miss Fun 2001 says 6. And Pink Petal says this was a better season.
Much
What's going on
better.
to Yeah, what's going on to James Hudson as well? Marissa M says, I honestly don't watch for many different reasons. I just watch y'all's recaps. Yeah. People like our
Oh,
recaps though. And we be, and I
thank
would do this.
you.
Yeah, I would do this because Busy did yesterday. Sorry to
Hmm.
cut you off, Cindy, because y'all know that I'm cutting y'all off. But I will say this. Me and Busy and Cindy are very passionate people. Me and Busy are a little bit more passionate. Cindy's more of like, okay, y'all, bring it back. Even when me and you do it together, like it's always kind of like, okay, then bring it back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I got it. Let's agree to disagree.
Right.
Um, I just think that we're passionate people, so sometimes it does get heated. But then me and Busy, we talk like right after that. Like we're cool. Like, so I want people to think that when we do get when the conversations are heated, like we are mad at each other, or it turns into like turmoil between me and him.
Right. And I think, last week was in particular,
It
probably the
was a lot for
most,
me.
yeah, the most heated, but
Yeah.
again, it really is, we're really just reviewing the show.
Right.
And then you guys both were really passionate about your points.
Right.
And but it is okay to agree to disagree. I mean, Busy and I agree on most of that topic. So,
Right.
uh, I also don't need to beat a dead horse. So, it's like you guys were going back and forth, and I'm like, I'm just gonna put my 2 cents in there, and then that's it.
And
So
I only mentioned me and him because like you're normally like, let's agree, disagree, let's move on.
yeah,
We gonna argue about it, you know what I'm saying?
right,
And I think
right.
that's just like in any review that we've done since was Potomac.
Hmm.
I don't think we argued during Candy and the Gang at all.
Oh, okay.
But then with basketball, we had that one from the last week, but that's pretty much it. And I just think from life, I've lived a life, Busy's lived a life. And sometimes we just don't agree on it.
Right.
We just don't have to Cindy. And as I said, let's agree, disagree.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. And I think, again, sometimes you do get carried away, not you, but I mean, like a person gets carried away when
Yeah.
they are passionate and they do relate to a certain situation.
Mhm.
But then, again, like we said last night, it's okay to state both points and then let the audience choose, you know?
Right. Sorry, I had to turn my fan
That's okay.
on.
That's
But
okay.
yeah, and I think that we probably should have those conversations before we get into some heated conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that was like my main thing. It's like, I dig what you guys were saying, but like
Mm-hmm.
there's the other perspective. This is what you guys said. This is what I said. Let's move
Right, exactly.
on.
And
So
I'm glad that, this the show kind of picks up from that argument so that we could see that, Brandy was I don't want to jump ahead. You go ahead and
okay. And if nothing else fails, I mean, my favorite part from this whole season was if we can't get along, I'm gonna just pull up this alpaca.
it was so
But we'll
bizarre.
get there when we get there.
I exactly that was so bizarre. Anyway, go ahead.
We'll get there when we get there. Busy is gonna pull up that alpaca. All right, so let's get into the review. So it starts off with them letting Brandy calm down. Brooke is mad at this dancing with the stars,
Out.
BIT. Um, Brooke wasn't going to let them jump Brandy. She doesn't understand why she got involved. Look at stuff right there. Did you think that actually what do they call her?
Cheyenne.
Shanice. Cheyenne's going to get involved with this fight?
I feel like Cheyenne, I think she was trying to pull Jackie out of there, but the
Hmm.
way that she went about it, I feel like she should have just not even bothered to stand up and try to do anything. They have
Right.
security. They know that they're not going to let those girls get in there. Her talking smack back and forth, inserting herself was to me just as bad. And I know you don't feel this way, but just as bad as Brandy. Like, ma'am, just walk out. It's not about you. They weren't
Right.
talking to you. Nobody was asking you about it. If Jackie and Brandy were getting into it, let them get broken up. Why are you jumping up as well? I mean,
Right.
she just doesn't fit to me. So yeah, I don't feel like she was in there trying to jump at Brandy, but I feel like she inserted herself when she didn't need to. She could have just walked away and said, "Come on, Jackie, let's go, Jackie."
Right.
Like what she didn't need to be involved, in my opinion. What about you?
I do feel the same way, but I also feel like Brandy always has that person. Like it was Malaysia before,
Mm-hmm.
with when it was Malaysia and Brandy. So I could just see them doing this with Brooke and Brandy. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like people are like, oh, they don't know what she's going to do. I'm like, but we never seen her fight before. So what do y'all know that we don't know?
But I just feel like, I don't know. I mean, I think it's a human nature thing. If somebody is hovering over you, like, don't stand over me yelling at me.
Right.
Don't, like, just don't do that. So even if the likelihood of security breaking them up where Brandy would not have hit her,
Hmm.
I don't see her taking a swing, but don't do that to me either. Like,
Right.
but I also see her point to Jackie too is like, um don't yell at me like that, and so
Hmm.
that those are triggers. Like, for me, it's somebody pointing in my face, in my or having their hand in my face, or
Right.
any of that kind of stuff. So but also, like, hovering over me, don't do that.
Right.
So that's going to escalate an issue, and I feel like, that's what Brandy did. So that's why then Jackie stood up, and then of course, um awkward Cheyenne stood up too, and I'm like, ma'am, get out of the way,
Yeah. But
yeah,
it's not even your battle, and
it's
like
not your
this
battle.
friendship it existed way before you. Like,
Yep.
just have a seat like the rest of them.
Have a seat like the rest of them. Like, the rest of them didn't hop up. She was the only one. And I know that Jackie was trying to get out of there. But again, the girls were letting Brandy and Jackie go at it. They weren't all
Mhm.
in there being like, okay, Jackie, okay. Like, you don't need to do that. You don't
Right.
even know their real relationship like that. So yeah,
Now let me ask you one more other question though.
hmm
Jackie has had very problematic friends.
yes, she has.
From Sunday to the cousin that was the cousin who came that time. Was it the cousin with Malaysia?
I forget that woman.
No, it was a guy. Remember they were
Oh,
arguing with
that
Malaysia.
guy.
Remember
That
that?
guy. Yeah, when he was talking about her life in Atlanta, that guy.
No, remember when she had addressed Jackie because Jackie called her kids dirty? And they
What?
came to the skating ring that time and they got her face and they were going
Oh,
every
yeah,
one of them
yeah,
were going
yeah.
off of them because they were like, no, y'all got in our face.
Right. Yep, yep, yep. I remember now.
So
Yeah.
Jackie, I think that because she has problematic friends, maybe that's why Brooke felt that might happen today.
I don't think so. I think that Brooke is just like, like, from the hood. She's not gonna let, just like I would not let my friend, have another girl jump up, and
Hmm.
I just stay seated, especially one that I don't like, and I don't like that bitch. So
Got it.
and neither does Brooke. So I feel like, yeah, I think that's why she shot up. She was probably waiting for that opportunity to be like, let me get her. Like, she
Got
really
it.
doesn't like her. So anyway,
Makes sense.
yep.
And thank you, Marissa, for saying LOL so true. I love the banter and the friendships, and also for Pink Petals. I enjoyed the discussion though, different points of view. Thank you so much for that. Um, the other part I'm gonna be stopping like really random points because there were things
hmm
I was confused about. Laura went MIA.
Right. Because I think that's why when Brandy calmed down and they all sat back down, and one of my favorite lines, which Busy didn't cover, but Ev said, "I'm not starving for these bitches at all." Like, she was like,
Right.
"Let's finish dinner," and I just thought that was funny. And they were asking, "Where's Laura?" I think that Laura was over it because she was just like, "This is not. Why are you talking about this?" I said, "I don't want to talk about it," and she just poof disappeared. I think
Yeah,
once it got heated between Brandy and Jackie, she was like, I'm out. She was like, I don't want to talk about this. And she left. And good for her, because,
yeah,
and that's what I was like. Now, if she would have stood up and would have been arguing back and forth, that made more sense to me than Cheyenne doing it. Right.
hmm
Like,
yeah. True, true, true.
I think she just was like, I'm out. I'm not talking about this. And good for
True.
her. Although I
That was
would
actually
like, although I would like to see more of her. I'm not bothered by her being on the show. I'm like, why are you just on this girls trip and then it's
right.
over? That
It's
just don't
almost
make
like Giselle doing it.
Yeah, it's weird. Anyhow.
Yeah, that was actually my next quote. My next part was they decided they were not going to start for these.
I love it.
Brandy comes back to the table. Lucille feels bad. Brooke feels bad. Evelyn feels bad. Brandy feels like it's the people that she brings into her life. And I feel like that was not exaggerated on
Hmm.
because I think it's really just Jackie. I don't think it's a lot of
Right.
them. I feel like they started on that franchise together
Yep.
and they do that to each other. But there's always like, we're going to be sisters forever, blah, 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 yada, yada. So, what, and I think I've been saying this throughout and probably been reviewing the show. Jackie and Brandy's friendship is just something that I don't think I can handle it.
Yeah.
But
Me neither.
it's
It's just
been
too
the same.
much. It has
Yeah.
been the same, but again, it's like either, I'm tired of the redundancy. So either we're going to get along or we're not. Or when we get into an argument, just know that I'm going to bring up your marriage and she's going
Right.
to have to deal with it. Like, I mean, it's because that like I said, that's really her only trigger. Like, she's always like with the tears, like it is very an open wound for her. And so that's what I really, like I said last, and I mean, I literally have been saying this for years. Like, that is really her only real trigger, and I think those girls know that. So every time they get into a disagreement, they go there. I'm not saying it's right, but it's just almost like an easy thing because you're going to set her off. And when she
Mhm.
was like yelling, being like, let it go, like just stop. And then Brandy got up and was just like, don't yell at me. Then she just went to the typical thing that they always go to.
Yeah.
And that's something, again, that Brandy has to learn how to deal with and how to control. And, we'll get there towards the end. But yeah.
I think they need to find more triggers besides her marriage and cancer. That's my
Well,
own personal opinion. I
yeah,
think
and I think to be fair too, like for Jackie, if she doesn't want people talking about her marriage, then she shouldn't talk about others.
absolutely.
Hmm.
Jen's happy for the Fab Five is back.
When she said that, I was just like, yeah, it's a little over the top, Jen, but okay, girl.
And I don't think that Evelyn was a part of the Fab Five at first.
Well, she's a part of Jen's Fab Five. Like, I feel like Jen is so excited that she and Ev are on better terms and friends again. Like, I think that Ev could she could take it or leave it. But I think Jen, she's part of her Fab Five.
But I thought the Fab Five, I think they were saying that on the season that British was there, though. Call
Yeah,
them
but
Fab
I
Five.
don't think yeah, but I don't think that counts because
Well,
we yeah, I was gonna say we also have different girls. Like, they were talking about the Fab Five and Malaysia wasn't a part of it and British was on it. So I
yeah,
don't yeah, I think Jen just was just like, okay, since Malaysia was out and they were saying that with British, and then I don't know, I think they were on the outs with Duffy too. Um
they were.
yeah, I think that Jen just created a Fab Five in her mind, like her favorite people, the
Yeah,
favorite girls on the show for her.
makes sense. Makes sense. All right, so then they leave Mexico. We see Jennifer and Christian trying on clothes. Jennifer doesn't give about Laura is not there. She'll figure it out some other time. Basically, they had used Laura for that story, and she was done. Did you have
Yeah,
anything?
and I just thought that was weird because she gave
Oh,
even
I'm
in
sorry,
the
real quick. I want to say hi to Norris too, by the way.
oh, hey Norris. Yeah, I
But,
just feel like I don't know. I feel like she gave it something good.
mhm.
I don't know why they just didn't have her on longer. And it does seem like they just had her on for to be I don't know, to talk about, to promote Shawnee's book. Honestly,
Yeah.
that's
Well,
what it kind of
Busy was
felt like.
saying that Funky Dineva was saying that they used Laura, and I believe that they did.
Yeah. Oh, it did Funky not? Yeah, that's right. He did say that. I
Yeah,
agree. I agree. That's what they. But again, look, she's like, give me that little check. Let me get some money. That. Why
because
not?
I'm a mom. That's my job. I'm
Yeah,
a mom.
because I'm a mom. That's exactly right. Like, let her get her little, pennies for whatever. And maybe she was okay with it. Maybe she was just like,
Yeah,
okay, I'll jump on. Or maybe they were like, let's test her out. And then if she does well in this, then we'll bring her back next season. I don't know. What do you think?
I think she'll be back next season.
I hope so.
I think she's definitely be back next season.
She's
I was
funny. I
really
like her.
confused. I was really confused though because they were saying that it was her and Royce. So I'm wondering if that surprise guest is Royce at the reunion, and
Huh.
if not, then why did they bring Royce up in the blogs?
Well, they showed Cheyenne in the clips. Didn't you see that?
No, I did see that. I did see that,
Yeah, in the
but
preview. In
she's
the
not a
preview.
but she's
But in
not
the
like a surprise guest though.
She is, because she's not a regular cast member. She's not on the billboard with all of them,
But
and
if you
she's
look at
sitting at the
like
end.
the housewives though, like they'll bring up like Marlon when she was the friend of the show. They wouldn't say she's a surprise guest though.
Yeah, but she's sitting at the end where the bubble was with the question mark. And
Okay.
I don't need to see her on the reunion. Like, she didn't give anything to the show to me. And what is she at the reunion for? I don't I don't get why she's there at all, in my opinion.
I don't either. So then we get to Evelyn. She's back on the phone with Shawnee again. She's in LA for her book signing. She wants everyone there. Jack, that's all I put for that because I'm like, I don't care what's going on in that group. Shawnee gonna be like, all y'all come.
Right. And that's how she kind of was. She was like, because Mexico was a mess, and she was like, well, I hope that everybody can put it aside.
Yeah, like I need to promote my book, so everybody needs to come.
Everybody needs to come. Exactly. Whether you love her, hate her, whatever. And they were like, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, Shawnee gonna say everybody come anytime. She don't care who like her, who don't like, or who she don't like. Everybody come.
Exactly. I mean, it is her show, so she, they were all there. Mm-hmm. Except for Laura.
Well, because Laura was definitely not there. I don't think that she wanted Laura there at all.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they would have showed them having a conversation though.
I know.
But I guess
It's
because
just
Laura said
literally
it was
like
not
she
for everybody else,
disappeared.
it was just for them. Maybe that's why it didn't happen.
I was trying to see like if they were going to have Laura at the reunion too, but it doesn't, unless they're going to have
She
her
could be the
come.
surprise guest.
It looked like unless they're going to switch out
I know you
Cheyenne
keep
with
saying
her.
Cheyenne, but I feel like there's a surprise guest.
I don't think so. We'll see. We'll see.
All right. Then we get to Jackie talking to Gary with the tea. She gets about to go to talk show. Do you have anything for this?
No.
I don't either.
Because anything about her show is laughable. I'm just like, ma'am, this is
Find
not.
something else to do.
Yes. It's not going to happen. Stop trying to
Hey,
make
your
sense
camera's
out
on,
of it.
Cindy.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. There we go.
All right. So we get to Shawnee's book signing. Evelyn arrives. Shawnee she's not gonna read the book. Evelyn's like, oh girl, because I don't want you to ask me to read the book either.
And I
I'm like,
just
why
didn't
do I want to read
understand
the
that. I'm like,
book?
but also it's like, it's about your life. Why can't you just talk about your life? You know what I
You're
mean?
right.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone shows up to recap about the trip, and then Jackie shows up. She comes and she hugs Jennifer and she hugs Jacelle and goes onto her seat.
Didn't it look like they were at church to you? Or is it
It did. Like
okay.
it might have been her husband's church. No, it was in LA. So yeah, I don't know.
Right. No, it was at a
Might have been one of
bookstore.
his friends' church in LA.
No, it was like at a bookstore.
Brandy wants to have a conversation, but not now because it's not the time, which is like the normal Jackie Brandy thing. Jackie goes to her seat, but she feels like the group don't have a problem with her at all.
No, she said it could be a hot or cold. She was like, she doesn't know if they have a problem with her today, or if they're all good, or what. You know what I
No,
mean?
she said no. She went to her seat. She says, I feel like the group doesn't have an issue with me at all. But you know how this group is. Sometimes they have something they cold.
Mm-hmm.
But she feels like they didn't have an issue with her at all. She just doesn't know because how the group works.
Well, because I mean, if we think about it, they did basically have a lot of resolutions allegedly, until they had that dinner,
Mhm.
So
And
maybe in
she
her
also had
mind,
at the end of that she didn't care.
right? Now I think that that's the truth. You know what I mean? That's the real truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shani gets up and to answer questions about her book. She tries to clear. Basically, this was for her to clear up the rumor about her not being in love with Shaq.
Yeah.
She thought she was in love with her, but now she with her new man. She knows what real love feels like. But I feel like in any relationship, you might have felt that way until you got with a new person.
Right.
I think it normally works that way,
Right.
right?
Right.
Okay. This new chapter is called Grown and Sexy. I thought she could with something way better than that. I was just like you had all this time, and that's what you came up with, but do you?
Right.
Brooke is excited about Brandy's event, but confused that she still wants Jackie to come. Brandy beats around the bush because she doesn't have a backup plan.
An
She
MC.
doesn't know what's left between her and Jackie.
But why wouldn't she just ask another one of the ladies, or
I
her
don't think I
husband,
don't think they
or
have
anybody
personality to be a
else,
host
or
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 MC.
or a husband, since he used to, play basketball, anybody else she could have asked. I don't understand why she just didn't tell Jackie she didn't want her to MC, um, especially when she didn't have a conversation with her yet, you
Mhm.
know? I don't know. That
I
didn't
don't
really
I
make
don't think
sense
that
to
they have the
me.
personalities. Like she said, she'd have a backup plan. And you look at Brooke, like Brooke, even when she did do it, which we'll get to later on, she told you why. Evelyn is not, she wants to be a good host. Jacille's not gonna be one, Jennifer's not gonna be one. Who else is there?
Then I would
Let's
have done it myself, or something. But if I
I
had
don't
a
think
real
she has the
issue,
personality to be a good host.
okay. But I'm just
Jennifer, I
saying,
mean,
if
I
I
think that
really had
Jackie
a
has like
real
the
issue,
personality to be a host.
but if I really had a real issue with someone, I wouldn't let them come to my event and MC. But whatever, we haven't gotten there. But whatever. Okay, so they are we
And
at
then you
the
also think about their friendship, like we just talked about earlier. They begin into it, but then you my sister, I love you. This, all these things. So,
right,
that's how it goes.
right.
So then we get to Brandy Saving Hearts event. Jackie shows up, tells Brandy, and to me, this might have been why the reason why too. Jackie shows up first. She tells Brandy how amazing her event is. Brandy was expecting Jackie to show up to the event, but that's her sister, and they have love for each other. And you know how I go. She wants to talk to Jackie about the Mexico trip. They apologize for the things they said to each other once again. She loves Brandy first and foremost, they are basketball sisters. Whatever they go through, if Brandy calls her, she's there. So I think that this conversation might have given Brandy like, okay, let her do it because maybe she was going to do it before. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, it just seemed odd to me after all the drama that they just had. Even it was super awkward at the book signing, and even if they didn't talk and like shoot it at the book signing, she could have said, "Let me talk." Since Jackie was there, like pulled her to the side, and then when they got to the event, and they could have said, "I'm glad we got a chance to speak, privately at the book signing." Like it just didn't make any sense to me. It seemed awkward and both parts to me. Like I didn't get why they didn't talk more. I know that they said it wasn't the time or the place, but the book signing wasn't all day. You couldn't call that lady afterwards, or you couldn't have pulled her to the
True.
side before she drove away. I don't know.
True.
It just didn't seem. It seemed odd to me. And I don't seem like like I disagree with Brandy when she's like my big sister. Like, yeah, you didn't seem like it when you were throwing glass at the beach. So
I feel
I
like
don't
that's
know.
like a rehearsed line to them.
Yeah, it just seemed awkward to me. I don't know.
Brandy shows Jackie the jerseys. She tells her that she's going for 5K, but hasn't gotten any donations as of yet.
But I just felt like that was such a low number, don't you?
I do.
for a
But I
fundraiser?
also feel like Brandy knows like her stretch, what she could do.
Yeah, but don't they have? Can't they chip in more than $5,000 in total of 5 women?
I feel like once we watch the rest of this part of this episode, probably not.
Wow. Okay.
Jackie pulls out her phone, and I think these are the things that was like, Brandy was like, let me let her do this shit. Jackie puts on her phone and donated. We saw Jackie putting in numbers and everything, so we know that Jackie donated money. To kick off the event. The event starts. Jackie's mixing and mingling with the guests, trying to get people to donate. The rest of the ladies just show up.
But
Brandy
I'm
wants.
wondering, no, because the rest of the ladies, they like Carl, Ev's son played in the game.
Well, we haven't gotten that part yet.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay.
We haven't got there yet. But Jackie pulls out her phone. She does a donation. The event starts, and Jackie's mixing and mingling with the guests because, like, they were just coming in this time.
Mm-hmm.
So she was trying to she was like, pull out your phone. You look like you got money. Like, she was doing all that stuff.
Yeah, she was.
She tried to get people to donate. The rest of the ladies just showed up. Brandy wants them to wear those jerseys that she had made. Now, I know Jennifer will never wear that jersey.
Right. Right.
Never.
Right.
But two, I think a lot like the other shows, like they'd be like, come athletic wear, come,
Yes, I agree with you, SoDeb. And if
Brandy didn't give them
if
the
she was
information,
having,
so they're like, I'm not wearing that.
I'm not wearing that, right? And if she was having something made up for each of them, why didn't she tell them that? Because then they would have
Right.
been prepared to do that. That's
Right.
all she said was, I just need you guys to show up.
Right.
But I'm like, if you wanted them to look in a uniform, you should have told them that, because they're not going to put that on, especially Evelyn and Jennifer.
Mm-hmm.
At all.
Jennifer wants to just pay the money because she just got with her. She didn't go wear her outfit. Brooke went warm because she was cold.
Right.
But she do get a drink first. Jackie encourages ladies to scan the QR code because they need money.
Mm-hmm.
They all put out their phones, but you can't see any of them donate anything. Like, we saw Jackie type in like money.
But I don't understand also who the audience was. Like, who was in the crowd? Like,
that's a good question.
You know what I mean? Like, why don't you invite people that it's that they're going to be able to donate something? You know what I mean?
Right.
I think that's.
Hey, Haru.
Hey, Haru.
Oh yes, y'all. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Please don't. So she does that. They all put out their phone. So Giselle says, I'll do it in a minute. Brandy thanks everybody for coming out and explains the charity event is for her son's heart condition, and they get started. Jack takes over as MC. Jacille and Brandy have a 3-point contest. The rest of the ladies sit on the sideline. How do you feel about that?
I just felt like, again, Brandy should have been a little bit more detailed in what she was expecting them to do.
Right.
Because, those women wear heels and stuff. They're not going to be sitting there running up and down doing the 3-pointers. Like, they're just not going to. So
right. I cannot see like Jennifer doing a 3-point.
No. Like, I'm like,
Evelyn, maybe, but even with Brooke, maybe.
Right. But I was also like, Brandy, manage your expectations or give them more information. It just, I don't know. It just seemed like a weird event and a very low amount to expect. Because I'm like, where is your people that are going to give you the high net worth people to give you, because like they've had events in the past and 5,000 is like the lowest that I've ever, and I think that charity sounds like a great idea, so yeah, that's like the lowest I've ever seen on any kind of these women shows of like, that's all you've raised was 5,000, like that's all you expected. Yeah, it's just a little strange to me.
Because even when the guy said, he's like, we do a lot of screening.
Mm-hmm.
This is not in my notes, so I'm gonna say it. He's like, we do a lot of screening. I'm like, that's all you're gonna be able to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wasn't like, oh, thank you for this. Like, we're gonna have a lot of people. Like, we're just gonna be doing a lot of screening.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's what it was for. We didn't get enough details.
Maybe, Maybe
but
they edited that part out. I don't know.
yeah,
I just felt like
it was very lowball, like
very,
what she
very,
wanted.
very, and I'm like, any kind of medical anything is expensive, so I'm
And
like that.
see, this was, and you just said this too. This is what I also thought. I was like, she has 5 friends there. They couldn't give $1,000 each.
That's what I was saying. I said that.
No, I know. I said that's. I think you said. I thought this at the same time
Yeah,
too.
it
Like,
just seems weird. Like,
yeah,
out of the five of them, they should have come up with the 5K, and then the rest of the donations should have been the rest.
yeah.
But again, I don't know. Are they close enough to want to throw money at her like that? What did she really expect them to do? Like, it
I
seemed
don't
like
think
she
that they
wanted
have
them to
money like that for real. To
participate.
be honest, I think Evelyn makes money from those
Her
bodysuits,
stores, yeah, and her
but
jewelry.
is it a lot of money like to that? Like, I feel like they're writing off old money and making like small amounts of new money.
Right. And and it also could be to, I mean, she does have a kid that's in sports, and like I said, sports are expensive too. So and who knows what Carl might be kicking in for the kid. I
Yeah.
don't know. But I even whether
I feel like he
regardless,
does. Is he's involved because when she posts him, she always tags him in everything.
yeah,
So I don't. Hopefully, she's not doing that and he doesn't. Is that a subliminal message?
I don't know. Huh. I don't know. I don't know what any of their finances are, because I don't believe, like, I don't know how Jen lives, to be honest, and I don't know how much they make doing Basketball Wives. I don't, like, I don't know any of their finances. It just
Yeah.
seems like, you know, to me, like I said, on any of the shows that I've ever watched, I've never heard a number low, like, 5 grand. But again, like I said, they seem like Brandy seemed like she wanted a lot of people's participation from the show, because they were even like playing in the games and stuff. But I was like, did they really know that they were going to do that? And then she wanted money too, or like,
Well, also, like they didn't really show like the crowd of people that were there either.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. When I looked into the stands, it seemed like more young people instead of
Yeah.
people that would be there to donate money.
Because I think like Evelyn's son's friends came. I think that Brandy's son's family came to like see them play basketball.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we know nobody came to see Kristen, but Jennifer.
Right.
Um,
Right.
but
And
like we don't even know who else played in the tournament, to be
and he
honest.
was bad at it, horrible at it.
So yeah, I don't think that she knew like or had the connections or even asked for them from other women to do this.
Yeah. Uh,
So yeah,
I don't
I mean
know. So
5,000. So it might be okay. 5,000 might have been
might
the
be
number.
okay, and maybe because again, maybe she's based in Houston, and so her friends like that as also could donate are just not in LA. Maybe that's it.
They can still Zelle, Cash App,
They could.
PayPal.
I'm just trying
There's
to be
lots of.
not. I'm trying to be nice and find a way of why 5,000 was okay. But okay. Anywho, let's move on.
Oh, hey, Toria. Okay, Toria says, first of all, Brandy really did not throw a good charity event. No
No.
organization at all. She should have did her research on how to throw a good event. It was so ghetto. You invite rich people.
Yep, it's true. I agree with you, Toria.
And I haven't seen Toria in a long time. So, hey, Toria. I agree. I ain't gonna lie, I agree.
Yep.
I wanted to read the responses. Hold on, let me get back to it. Because I accidentally scrolled up. Okay, so Evelyn hates basketball. Jennifer just got her nails done. They cost too much. She also has no intention to ever dribble a basketball at all. And so those two, I was like, let me point those two out. Brandy. So then Brandy and Jacille did a 3-point throw.
Right.
Just Brandy totally missed it, but Jacille did get hers. Then Jackie is the teams.
Right.
They play back. It was like very like this was not like organized at all. Like
It really wasn't.
Even in the editing, it wasn't really.
It wasn't. It seemed very awkward to me.
Yeah.
The whole thing, I just didn't get it. And like
I
Tori said, it just didn't seem like a good event.
I said, I'm assuming the game was over because they play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming the game was over because Brandy announced that they had raised $2,500 $2,500,
Mm-hmm.
and she asked everyone to pick up their phones and at least donate five.
Right.
Then Jackie comes on and says that they're going to play another 8-minute quarter so people can donate and win the game.
Right.
So it seemed like the game was over. They didn't make the money, so then Jackie was like, "No,
They
another
extended
round."
it. Yeah, to try to get it up. I mean, it would have been really sad if they only stuck at 2,500. That's like, what is the point? It's like, what is the
Yeah,
point of even making jerseys? What is the point of coming out for this? I mean, this is
right.
not, it's not just regular people, like, or you're at somebody's, bring
And let
your
me put in
own.
my allegedly banner for this part.
Yeah, bring your own.
That this is what I'm assuming.
Right, right, right.
Because then after that, Jackie hands Brooke the mic and she's like, let you do it. So
Mm-hmm.
then Brooke takes the mic and she asks people to meet her in the corner to donate, even though it's hard for her to ask for money from people. So I'm like, it's hard for Jackie and Brooke and Brandy.
Right. Yeah, I was happy when the scene was over. It just seemed like it just wasn't done well. It did seem kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
And them begging folks just to get to 5,000. Was it what, $32 or something like that? It was something weird. I was just
When
kind of
you
like,
said, pull out your phone and get $5, I was like, okay, yeah, maybe the kids came,
right,
like
and
you
that's
said
why I'm saying,
earlier.
yeah, that's what
Maybe
I'm
like what
saying.
you
Like
said,
she
maybe
should
just
have.
the kids came and they don't have
Mhm. She should have invited more people that could donate, in my opinion, or just not have it. Wait
or
until
don't argue with Jackie for your fundraiser.
right, right, exactly. I felt like Jackie, though, she made a commitment, she stuck with it, and she did it. Like
I
she
feel like
wasn't.
Jackie donated $2,000.
Did she? Okay.
Now
I
that's
know that.
that's my personal feeling.
I don't think that the other girls donated $2,000,
I think they
and
might
and
have.
if they
I think they
did,
might have been the other 500
yeah,
as a group.
and as a group, right? Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I was glad, like I said, when the scene was over, to be honest.
Me too. It was cringy to watch.
Yes, it was.
So everyone congratulated. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I'm moving too fast. Jackie Hansberg. Okay, I read that part. Christian, Evelyn's son were playing. Christian's team lost,
Of
and
course.
Jason was a
A coach,
referee,
a referee. Yeah.
or was he a coach? Which one was he?
I don't know. He was on the sideline. And he had a
We never
whistle.
even
So,
saw him do anything, so I don't know.
well, he had a whistle. So I don't know. I don't know.
Let's
But
say
he was,
referee.
yeah, let's just say referee. He was there.
He was there. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. And so was baby Jason. That is, how old is he now? Like 16 or something? 13,
Yes.
something around there. Okay. He's a teenager, but he was there.
Christian's team lost, which I was expecting him to win a basketball game at all.
Me neither.
He doesn't look like he was supposed to be playing basketball.
Nope.
Period.
Period.
They raised 5,000, and you know what was so crazy, Cindy? I thought she was saying $5,305.
No, it was like
She was really saying $5,035.
$35. Like, that's it.
I'm like, y'all barely made it,
They barely made it to
and I'm not
500.
trying to take. I'm not trying to take it down.
Right, right.
Like whatever money you win for a charity,
It's
listen,
great.
fine.
Yep, that's
But
right.
the people that you know, it's not about the charity, it's about the people that you knew.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm your friend, which clearly these are not friends,
Right.
ain't no way possible. And we know that Jackie, the one who you've been arguing with, had that money. And I don't give a damn what people say. I feel like she donated $2,000
Okay. Why do you think that?
because why would she still answer her $5 at halftime or at the end of the game?
Right. Hmm.
I don't feel like they donated a lot of money. I feel like
Yeah.
Jessica called what's that girl? What's her wife name? I want to call her Tasha. Is it Tasha?
Natasha.
Natasha.
Mm-hmm.
Hey babe, can I get 20?
Right. Not 20.
I'm at Brandy's event and she ain't made the money yet. I need like $20.
Right.
I thought they was giving a lot of money.
I don't think so. And that's why I was saying, like, she should have invited, like, the guest list should have been more high net worth people or people ready to give. Like, I don't know. I don't know what time frame she did to plan this. It just didn't seem well done. It was cringy to watch. And embarrassing that it was only like 5 in
Yeah.
my opinion, but whatever.
I mean, shoot, call the girl who had to chat.
Right.
Laura, where you at?
Right. Being a mother. She was being a mother.
You know, we just paid you money to come on the show.
Right,
Give
right.
us $1,000 of that.
Give us some of that money back.
Look.
Right.
Everyone congratulates Brandy. She pulled Jason to the side so they could celebrate, but then she says that they will talk to him. She will talk to him about what's to come later. Now, I did not. When I talked to you yesterday, I didn't see all this.
Right.
So I'm like, what the fuck you talk to him about?
Right.
So we'll move on from here.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get to Jennifer and Kristen. Now, this was the most dumbest scene in my life.
Yes, it was. They could have left it. Nobody cares, especially in light of what we know now. You know what I mean?
I'm like, we're really riding to the courthouse for them to tell you no.
Right. Right.
He's not. He cannot. No.
He's been on parole for many years before Jen even came about. So no, they're not going to take him off for you, ma'am.
10 years in the car.
Right. And I'm like, they're not going to take him off for you to go to Paris, ma'am.
Because you on basketball, he should be able to go.
No.
Y'all already have violated his situation.
His parole.
Yeah.
They violated the parole by him even just being in California taping the show. He wasn't supposed to leave the state of Georgia.
So I'm gonna skim through this really quick.
Mm-hmm.
They went to court. Jennifer's nervous. Kristen wants it to be over. They are hoping he will be able to go to Paris for the wedding. He goes to the courthouse. He's not in trouble, but he's out for termination he's still up for termination next year.
Mm-hmm.
He's worried about not getting the travel permit. Jennifer's upset that they keep changing the information, girl, because you keep following the stuff that's going on. She's downplaying what Kristen did for a wedding. She would have just planned for it, but she should have planned for a wedding for it when he was free.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything we need to say?
Mm-mm.
Let's move on to the Jackie Kristen show because this is something else that we need to talk about. Jackie has a show.
Ugh.
She's getting ready for the show. It's a pilot of the show. It's not even the show. It's a pilot.
Yes.
I would never show this.
Never.
Unless I know it got greenlit.
Right. I agree.
Or if I was doing it on YouTube, I would show it.
Right. But not like it was not up to par to be but
when we watched the interns, we knew this.
Right. But I think that she was trying to keep it in the show because that gave her more of a storyline, you know?
It wasn't a storyline at all.
And it wasn't. Yeah. It was just really bad. I was embarrassed for her, to be honest.
I was extremely embarrassed.
That little sad. I mean, it looked like an infomercial, audience. I was just kind of like, what's happening here? It was bad.
I'm like, we definitely ran out to talk about with Jackie.
Yep.
She should apologize to Brandy at the end of the episode.
Right.
Because this is not it. But so she's preparing for her pilot. It's not a lot. In my notes, it's not a lot to say because the show is ridiculous.
Yeah.
She knows she's in her mind, she's going to steal the show.
Right.
She induces Ernest Duke.
But again, we know that she is delusional. So
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So she introduces Ernest Dukes, the entrepreneur. Do you know who that is?
No.
Me either. So let's move on to I was guessing that they were friends or something. Then we got to Winnie Stacks, the musician. Do you know who that is?
No.
Me either. Now the only part was this damn alpaca.
Right. And I was just kind of like, an alpaca, but it's a very weird Jackie, wacky Jackie thing. And I'm just kind of like, okay, Jackie's showrunner, intern people, like
I would rather her do like Animals Gone Wild at this point.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, and let her laugh at the stuff that she says about animals going wild, but this alpaca was a highlight for the show for me because
was a highlight for you. Okay. Because also I was just like, ma'am, you keep claiming you're somebody and you've been in the industry for so long. You couldn't come up with at least one guest that we knew. Why didn't she invite Shawnee to talk about her book? You know, like you couldn't invite
this was
one
Shawnee
guest
in the
that we
book
knew.
as the alpaca.
Oh. Oh my God. I'm like, oh man.
It's given like Little Red Riding Hood, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, and I felt bad for the poor alpaca. Like, why am I at Jackie Christie's show? That's what it looked like he was saying, or she was saying. It was looking like, why am I here in the ghetto?
I think it's like the smile that the alpaca has though on his face.
But I think that's just how
It's
their
like this
face
is some
looks.
stupid shit, but I'm here.
Right. Exactly. I was thinking of all the kind of things that poor
Who the
alpaca
fuck
was
invited
thinking.
me here?
Right. Like, why am I here? And who is this woman? Yeah, it was very, very, very wacky Jackie embarrassing moment. I was just like, why are we looking at this show? It's just, I'm like, why didn't the editors just save that woman some embarrassment and just say, Jackie, we can't put this on the show. We can't do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at least the production that they've had so far this year has been pretty decent. You would think that they would just be like, yeah, Jackie, we can't put that on the show. Right? They could
Like,
look
we've
out
done
for
a lot with you, Jackie, but this
we cannot do. This we cannot do. Yeah.
Let's move on.
Okay.
Let's move on, Jackie. This is
Yes.
not gonna work.
It's not gonna work.
I done lost my notes.
Oh.
All right, I'm back. I got it. Oh, the alpaca takes me out every time.
The alpaca.
Okay. All right, so then we get to Brandy and Jason.
Mm-hmm.
Brandy sits down with Jason to talk about the things she thought she had healed from their past before they moved back to LA. She realized she was wrong, and now that her focus is off of the charity event, and now the charity event is over, she wants to talk about them. They cheered for the Saving Hearts Foundation, all the things she went through in Mexico because of his mistakes. If he could see them, he would see she's been going through every year, to the point that she thought about hurting Jackie, but she thought about her livelihood. It's unfair that she has to go through all this because of him.
And her child. She said her child first.
Well, that's not her livelihood.
Mm-hmm. No, her livelihood would be her money. She said she thought about her child. She thought about her child, you know, and
I was trying to sum it up and all that, but yeah, she did. She said that. She said, like, she named out a few things. I just kind of trying to sum it up all together, but yeah, you're right on that. She said it's her time to be selfish. She loves her independence, but what's most important to her is her peace. So she's moving to LA with her son, and he can't come. This is the same thing.
She didn't say he can't come. She just said that she's moving to LA and she's bringing the kid with her.
Well, I mean, I'm saying that because he's not moving. Because
right.
His stuff is in Houston and her stuff is there. And so if he's not coming, he can't come.
Well, I mean,
but I mean,
it would be, I was going to say it'd be different if she said, and you can't come. But she just said, I want to be selfish for me. I need to do this for me. And then he kind of and says, well, you know, I have things going on in Dallas and blah, blah, blah. And so I can't leave. And then that's when she was just like, I didn't invite you to come, basically. I was like, ow.
But this was for me, not you.
Yeah.
She said this is the same thing oh no, I said that. I'm gonna come back to that. She wants to focus on her career as an actor. Jason is confused as to what she was actually saying because she's moving to LA with their son and doesn't care if he comes. She doesn't know what any of this means. No matter what he says, she's moving because that's what she needs. That's what she needs. is what he's understanding, and Brandy agreed with him. I want to go back because I always put this in here too. When she first came to this franchise, this was the same thing. Now that was all my notes for that. Go ahead.
No, I mean, like I said, literally, I felt vindicated. I would have given it a 10 just for her admitting that, because I literally have been saying this for years, that she is not healed from it. It does affect her. It does make her angry, and it does put her in this negative space. And you know, I feel like, you know, when I have said in the past and you're just like, no, that's not it, it really was it, you know, like it was displaced, you know, anger, because again, she was just like, for your stuff. And I feel like, you know, maybe when it first happened and she decided to stay and all that stuff, to be honest, so Deb, like, maybe
Because
she
of
just
Malaysia.
wasn't,
Go ahead.
right. And you know, maybe she just wasn't ready to do it, and that's fair, you know. But now, like she said, she likes her independence. She's seeing a difference. She's around these women and seeing that she does not have to, you know, basically keeps going over this and suffering over this. But I do feel like she does need to work on it, because even if they get a divorce, it's still going to be something that's going to be brought up, you know. And I think she does need to try to work on that for herself, and just to kind of get her out of that toxic space that it puts her in, you know. And like we said, you know, last night, that, you know, it seems to me that she has this happening with a lot of her relationships, that she just feels like she needs to stay in there forever and stick it out and suffer through it. But you know, I'm glad to see that she's starting to realize she really doesn't have to, you know. And you know, I don't know if I would move to LA just based on booking one movie role. But good for her for, you know, saying, I'm going to be selfish, because for so many years it seems like when he was making them big money in the NBA, if he did make any good money, that he was being selfish. I feel like a lot of those star athletes, and he by no means, in my opinion, was a star athlete, but like, you know, for example, like Shaq and all of that stuff, they have to be selfish to be great. You know what I mean? And so I feel like she has grown past being just this basketball wife. And good for her.
I'm glad that she made the decision for herself.
Yep.
Whether it was the internet and the friend group or whatever, but she actually made the decision for herself.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, my way of saying that was a lot different all the time. But that's why I really wanted for her to make the decision and not for everyone else to make the decision. So I'm glad that she did make the decision. And, you know, whatever happens with her in the future, I just hope that is healthy for her.
Well, but you know, Busy had a great point in his review of this, is that it really isn't healthy, because once again, she's separating her family, and what does that really teach her son, you know, about, I'm going to leave your dad, but I'm not leaving your dad. Like, it just seems confusing. I feel like she needs to take that time to kind of figure it out, because she is setting an example, of how to go through this, you know, a relationship, right, or a marriage. And so I don't feel like it's necessarily the healthiest for, I do want her to take care of herself. um I'm not really sure if this is the way to go about it, and I think that she should try to take her time to figure that out. Even when she said, I don't know what this means, but I'm just kind of like, you know, I just don't know if that's the healthiest example to give their child, in my opinion.
I don't think in their situation there's going to be the most healthiest way to show this to him. What I do think that he could see from his mother is saying that I'm choosing me after all these things I've been through. I'm gonna choose myself, and I want my son with me. It seemed like on the the recap for the, you know, well, we'll get to that in a minute, that they were happy, but I feel like her choosing herself at this point after all this stuff that's been going on, to like actually figuring out like, hey, let me choose me at this point, even though it took her a long time. He may not look at it bad. Like, you know, look at what my mom went through, but she also made it out too. In my
Yeah,
mind,
but
that's what.
well, but I mean that's a positive spin on it, but not every child is going to see that. They're going
Right.
to, because they love both their parents, and a lot of divorced kids of divorced parents, they still kind of still want to see their parents together. Like, and she did say, in her talking to him that she was just like, I feel like I'm in this marriage because of my child. So it's like, do they even like each other? What is that energy like? Like a kid is going to be affected not just by the one parent making a choice. It's going to they're also going to be sympathetic to the other parent as well.
I think from the because she's on like television,
Hmm.
like if he hasn't already discovered like what the internet is, he would probably be able to understand why.
Well, I mean, yes, but it's still his parents. It's just like, I
Right.
have cousins who's, my aunt was I don't know what I can say on YouTube. Um, I don't know what I can say on YouTube, but she was not
I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. I'm just saying like there's two ways to look at it.
right. I just
You know?
I'm just gonna say that my aunt wasn't the healthiest, right? But it, even towards till the end, they were just like my mom, even though my grandmom raised them. So, they're going to want that, and definitely that kid is old enough to read the internet, but
Yeah.
again, the internet is different than them being your parents. Like, it's his parents, right? So I don't know.
Yeah. I just hope
Anyway,
that there's like conversations that are happening with him
I
that
agree.
maybe they don't like preview us that give us on the show, like they're having
Yeah,
problems with him so that he understands like what's happening.
I
You
hope
know,
so.
outside of the show, like we really don't know.
Right.
I pray that that's what's happening outside of this because yes, we went through this all this time with dad, but our mom's doing this. You know, what does a rural relationship look like? Because the last thing we want is like another little a black man going back into the world and doing the same thing that mom and dad
Exactly.
are doing. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely
Absolutely.
understand that.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what I'm saying. And,
Yeah.
again, also another layer, outside of, his father's infidelity, it seems like, Brandy and Jason seem to kind of bond over the illness situation first with her. And,
Mm. Trauma
now,
bonding.
yep, and trauma bonding, and now with the son. And so maybe she's just like, I'm just kind of done with that, but again, they do have to be together to make sure that their son is health is okay and thriving. So yeah, but
And
that does
not
not
even
mean
just
you have
over
to stay.
him, but like over her too. Like it's
Yeah,
been a lot of trauma bonding regardless of that relationship. So
absolutely.
yeah, that
Absolutely.
makes sense.
Yep.
So that was their thing. Then they gave us like these really vague
Wrap
updates on
ups.
them.
Yeah.
Jen and Kristen were trying on make like a fragrance together. Evelyn's PI team wanted her to get a P test. Um, Lucille is dropping on all the flights to go see Tasha. But she's enjoying her LA friends. Brooke has no direction. She's just going where her wind goes.
Hmm.
And Jackie's still editing that pilot for that show. That was it. That's all we got.
And that's all we got. I mean, it seemed like a weird, like I said, very abrupt way to end.
Yeah.
And again, we heard not a peep from Laura after that. So who knows if she's going to be at the reunion. But I really feel like what Brooke said is that, I really don't, I hope that we don't see Cheyenne continue next season. um I just don't like that woman. But
Yeah.
shout out to her for her big, landing her big interviews. I just don't think that she fits on the show or
I
with the
don't know.
women. So that's just my opinion, but I
I wouldn't
would
want her
love.
to damage her brand on that show.
Yeah. But I mean, even I sent you like the cringy things of her, wearing her necklace saying Dr. Brian, like, ma'am, and her picture
Yeah.
on the luggage. Like, she just does not fit, not with these women. So but I would love to see Laura back. So yeah, I think we kind of wrapped it up, but kind of on a cliffhanger. Like, is Laura gonna be in it or no? Or what's happening?
I think that's a good cliffhanger though.
It is, and we, and maybe the cliffhanger will be hung up when we get to the reunion next week.
Maybe. Maybe
Yeah.
Royce will be like, and I'm back next season, bitches. We don't know.
No, I don't know with Royce's issue with her son if they want her back for real.
I know it was in the vlogs that she was going to be on something. So I don't know.
Interesting. Well, we'll have to see.
I reported on it.
We'll have to see. Look, if she comes back, we'll see how it goes. It's just
I wish that Susie would get over her thing with this show.
Me too. I don't think she's ever coming back. I would love to see Susie. She was so funny. Yeah. So we'll have to see. But we did it. We did it so that we reviewed the whole season this time. Yeah.
I think we said it the last time too. Like we were shocked that we did it.
Mm-hmm.
And the times might have been off, the days might have been off, but life be like so.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Shout out to BusyBlu as well, guys. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel.
Absolutely.
Because this is the first time we ever did it with someone else.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to him as well. Make sure you guys go subscribe to his channel.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be back next week for the reunion.
And hopefully Busy will join us for the reunion too, because
I have to beg him to come back next week.
We'll see. I would love to hear his perspective on how the women thought the season went,
I'm like the episode that we probably wouldn't have argued the most was the one we were on together.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how our friendship works. So
yeah. And that's fine. Like you said earlier, I just feel like you guys are passionate about your points. And it's okay to make the point. But again, let's agree to disagree and then move on.
Yeah, so don't forget to put your B's in the chat for Busy as well.
That's right. That's it.
I know you're gonna say the champagne flutes, but put your B's in the chat for Busy. This is it for the season. We'll see you guys for the reunion next week. I hope it's only like a one part.
I hope it better be because they don't have enough meat. They don't have enough.
This has been a long season.
Yeah, they don't have enough meat to stretch it out. Like, just let's wrap it up with one. Like last year, they had Tamar hosting. It was one reunion. That's it. Let's go. Let's just keep it like that.
And yes, no, Cindy does not have a channel, but whenever we do whenever basketball comes on, we always review it together. So.
That's right. I'm just here for moral support and for fun, to have fun with SoDeb. Thank you guys for asking, though. So.
All right, I'm gonna drop you down so I can end out the video and
sounds good.
Get out of here.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. We hope to see you for the reunion next week. It seems like it's going to be very interesting. Have a good night.
All right, y'all. So make sure you guys again subscribe to me and Busy's channel. Our links are both in the description. So if you can't figure it out from just the name, go into the description and do that. Also, make sure you guys comment, share these videos, like the videos. Those comments in the comment section mean more than you ever know. So comment on the comment section. I don't have an outro for me and Busy, like a joint one. So I'm gonna play mine and get up out of here. I love you guys. See you guys in the next video.
Did it, I 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 did it, you did it, I did it, you did it, I 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 did it.